Good morning, students. Today I will introduce dipole moment. Dipole moment measure the polarity of the bond. According to dipole moment, it is denoted by mu, which is equal to Q into R. Q means charge, and R is the distance between the center of positive and negative charge. So it is defined as the product of magnitude of charge and the distance between the center of positive and negative charge. Dipole moment unit is dBi. It is denoted by capital D. 1 dBi is equal to 1 multiply 10 is to power minus 18 electrostatic unit, ESU, or it is a vector quantity which is represented by the cross arrow. This line is arrow and after that it will be cross it, pointing towards the more electronegative atoms. Suppose here we take the example of HF. In this case, fluorine is more electronegative as compared to hydrogen. So this direction is positive to negative. So this arrow is goes to this side, means negative towards the negative side. So direction you can say that positive to negative. In the case of diatomic molecules, the dipole moment of the molecules that is equal to the dipole moment of the polar bond. Because the degree of polarity is measured in terms of electronegativity difference. Greater the difference in the electronegativity of the combining atoms, greater will be the charge separation. So greater will be the polarity of the bond. But we take the second case, that is polyatomic molecules. The dipole moment depend on the dipole moment of the individual bonds and the arrangement of various bonds present in the molecules. But in the case of symmetrical polyatomic molecules like BF3, CH4, CCl4, these are symmetrical in nature. So the dipole moment is equal to 0. Here we take the example of ammonia, NH3 and NF3. This is the structure of ammonia, NH3 having one lone pair of electrons, and this is NF3. These are also having one lone pair of electrons. Both the structures are same, but the dipole moment of NH3 is greater than NF3. Reason is this, means the direction of dipole moment is positive to negative. So nitrogen is negative, more electronegative as compared to hydrogen. So the direction is this side, nitrogen side. So direction is positive to negative. It means you can say that the orbital dipole of lone pair that is in same direction, so they have some resultant dipole moment. But in case of NF3, fluorine is more electronegative as compared to nitrogen, so the direction is pointing towards more electronegative atom. Means in case of NF3, the orbital dipole is in the direction opposite to the this. So the resultant dipole moment of 3NF bond. So due to the dipole, because of the lone pair, it reduces the effect of the resultant NF. So it has a low dipole moment as compared to NH3. Now next is Fezan rule or covalent character in ionic bonding. Means the partial covalent character of ionic bond that was discussed by Fezan, and so its name is Fezan rule. According to this rule, first point, that is the small size of cation, because of the electron density, high electron density tends to distort or polarize the electron cloud of anion. So we can say that the compound containing small cation will have more covalent character. Here we take the example. LiCl is more covalent than NaCl because lithium ions having small size as compared to sodium plus ion. So lithium LiCl is more covalent as compared to NaCl. So according to Fezan rule, size of cation should be very very small because it distort the इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड ऑफ एनायन. मीन्स क्योंकि उसकी इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी हाई हो जाएगी, हाई इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी से क्या होगा, वो एनायन के इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड को पोलराइज कर देगा और जिसकी वजह से वहाँ कोवेलेंट कैरेक्टर बढ़ जाएगा. सेकेंड इज लार्ज साइज ऑफ एनायन. मीन्स कैटायन का साइज तो छोटा होना चाहिए बट एनायन का साइज लार्ज होना चाहिए. So larger the anion, greater is its polarizability. Because in case of large anion, the large anion hold the electron cloud by the nucleus decreases. So the order of halides, LiF is greater as compared to LiCl, LiBr and LiF. So this is the order of melting point. But here we discuss about covalent character. So its order is reversed. Like this. This is the melting point order and this is the covalent character order. Because anion size is larger, so fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine having large size, so large anion hold the electron cloud by the nucleus decreases, so the covalent character increases. Point number 3, high charge on the cations or anion. Means higher the charge on the cations, greater is its polarizing power. Polarizing power means the cation attract the electron cloud of anion more easily and strongly. So the covalent character increases. Here we take the example NaCl, MgCl2, AlCl3. So Na have positive charge, magnesium having +2 charge and chlorine having +3 charge. So here the charge on the cation is higher. In case of aluminium, so it polarizing power that is also increases, so the covalent character also increases. Means similarly in the case of negative charge anions, higher the charge on the anions, more easily it get polarized. Now next is electronic configuration of cation. In the case of two cations having same size and charge, one with 18 electrons in the outermost shell that have greater polarizing power as compared to 8 electrons. So 18 electrons, that is more, having a more covalent character as compared to 8 electrons. So electronic configuration should be stable. So according to Fezan rule, The covalent character will be favored by small size of cation, large size of anion, high charge of cation and anion, and the cations having 18 electron shell. These are favored for covalent character. Students, now the next topic is resonance. Resonance is given by Heisenberg. According to this concept, a single Lewis structure cannot be explain all the properties of the molecule. A number of structure with similar energy, position of nuclei that are written to explain all the properties of the molecule. So the actual structure is in between all these contributing structure. This is called as resonance hybrid structure. Means this is a resonance hybrid, RH. The different individual structure, this is called as resonating structures. These structures are resonating structure, or these are called as canonical structure. These are called as resonance structure or canonical structure. And the overall phenomena, this is called as resonance. The double-headed arrow means here this one and this one, double-headed arrow that are used in between these conical structure. Here we take the example of ozone, O3. This oxygen having 2 electrons and this oxygen having total 8 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. This oxygen also having 8 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. This oxygen also having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All having 8 electrons. And this is the Lewis structure. I have also explained the Lewis dot structure. After that, in this case, one side having a double bond. But in the case of canonical structure, here another side having double bond and one side having single bond. This structure is just opposite to this. So these two structures that are equivalent to the sign of equivalent sign. Equivalent to, you can say that this is oxygen atom having, and these two resonance having double bond, partial double bond, and these are also having partial double bond, because in first structure having one partial double bond and this structure is also having a partial double bond. So we can show by this is called as resonance hybrid structure. Okay, so like this we can easily draw the resonance structure of any molecule. Now next is resonance energy. How will you define the resonance energy? The difference in the energy of resonance hybrid, this resonance hybrid structure, and the most stable contributing structure, this is called as resonance energy. Like benzene having a resonance energy that is equal to 150.3 kilojoule per mole. Now, how will you explain the stability of resonance hybrid? Point number 1. Non-polar molecules that are more stable as compared to the polar molecules. Point number 2. Canonical forms having more number of covalent bonds is more stable. Point number 3. Canonical forms having negative charge on electronegative atoms and positive charge on the less electronegative atom, that is more stable. Students, now next topic is VSEPR theory. VSEPR theory means valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Sedgwick and Powell in 1940 that gave this theory, which is based on the repulsive interaction of electron pair in the valence shell of the atom. So the postulates of this theory is the number of valence electron pair that decide the shape of the molecule, means the electron pair which are present around the central atom that decide the shape of the molecule. Second, you can see that the electron pair of valence shell that repel one another. The electron pair arrange themselves in such a way so that there is minimum repulsion and maximum distance. In this case, lone pair repulsion is more as compared to lone pair bond pair repulsion as compared to bond pair repulsion. Why the lone pair repulsion is more? Because the lone pair occupy more space as compared to bond pair, so it lies closer to the central atom. We can say that the repulsion between the different electron pair, that is the order of lone pair repulsion, that is more as compared to lone pair bond pair repulsion. And the last point is repulsive forces decreases when the angle between the electron pair increases. Means if the angle between the electron pair that is increases, then the repulsive force decreases. So all these are the postulates of VSEPR theory. Now here one more question is arise. What is the main difference between the lone pair and bond pair of electrons? In case of lone pair of electrons are localized on the central atom, and these lone pairs that occupy more space as compared to bond pair. But in case of bond pair are shared between the two atoms. So the repulsion between the lone pair of electrons that is more as compared to lone pair bond pair. Now with the help of VSEPR theory, we can easily decide the shape of the molecules. The geometry of the molecules that depends only on the total number of electron pair present around the central atom of the molecule. Means electrons pair means total bond pair plus lone pair that decide the geometry of the molecule. Here we take the example. Suppose this is the example BeCl2. Here atomic number of beryllium is 4. Distribution K and L shell 2 into 2 means 2 electrons are present in K shell and 2 electrons are present in L cell. So the valence electron of beryllium that is 2. So this is a simple trick. We have to calculate the bond pair, lone pair and hybridization. This is very important for your exam. Here first we write the total number of valence electrons of beryllium. This is 2. In case of chlorine, total number of valence electron that is 7. How many chlorine atom? 2. To multiply 2. This is equal to 2 plus 14. And answer is 16. If this number is more than 8, then it is divided by 8. Otherwise, if this number is less than 8, then it is divided by 2. So here this number is more than 8, so it will be divided by 8. 8 to ja 16 means 2. 2 plus 0. 0 is the remainder. So this 2, this is the bond pair and 0 is the lone pair. And after adding 2 plus 0, that answer is 2. 2 means one s orbital and one p orbital. So these s or p orbitals mix each other, combine to each other, or you can say that mix each other and to form a hybrid orbit. This phenomena is called as hybridization. Hybridization means mixing of orbital. So it will form sp orbital. So it will form sp hybridization. According to this, I will show a table and we can easily determine the shape and geometry of the molecules. According to this hybridization, the shape is beryllium, this chlorine atom surrounded by this, and here it will form 180-degree bond angle, and the geometry is linear. So by the help of this trick, we can easily find out bond pair, lone pair and hybridization, and after that we have to check in the table shape and geometry. Like this is a table. Here the number of electron pair means these are bond pair, and these are the shape of the molecule, and this is geometry, and here this is the example. This is the example of BeCl2, and here the bond pair we have to calculate now, that is 2, and this is the shape is linear, 180-degree bond angle, and this is the geometry of, suppose here beryllium is A molecule and chlorine is B molecule. So by the help of this table we can easily find out the shape and geometry. Suppose if the bond pair is 3 but no lone pair is present, then our geometry is trigonal planar, simple form, and name of the geometry, that is trigonal planar. This is the shape, this is the geometry. And here we take the example of boron BF3, boron trifluoride. Now if the number of electron pair is 4, then geometry is shape is tetrahedral. This will be the shape, and geometry name is tetrahedral. Here we take the example of CH4, NH4 plus CCl4. If the number of electron pair is 5, then its shape is like this, trigonal bipyramidal, and its name is trigonal bipyramidal. This is TBP short form, and this is the PCl5 molecule, which shows sp3d hybridization having 5 bond pair and TBP shape. If the total number of bond pair is 6, then it will form octahedral, like this, octahedral shape. This is the shape and name of the geometry, that is octahedral, and here the example is SF3. With the help of trick, we can easily find out the bond pair, lone pair and hybridization. After that, you can check the bond pair and lone pair. After that, you will tell about the shape and geometry of the molecule. So all these are the examples of bond pair but having no lone pair. Now we can check the table of lone pair also. This is the table beta. Here the bond pair, suppose the bond pair are 2 but lone pair are 1. Same shape is there but having one side lone pair is present. These are lone pair. Lone pair is made up of 2 electrons, so it is denoted by dot sign. Shape is bent because this is the shape only left, so this is bent or V shape. Example is SO2 and O3. If the bond pair are 3 and lone pair is 1, Then 3 plus 1 4. 4 means tetrahedral shape. So it will form tetrahedral like this. But one side having lone pair. So its shape is distorted. Means इसकी जो शेप है वो टेट्राहेड्रल नहीं रहेगी, वो डिस्टॉर्ट हो जाएगी और क्या बन जाएगी? ट्राइगोनल बाइपिरामिडल. क्यों डिस्टॉर्ट हुई? बिकॉज ऑफ द लॉन पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. So it will form a trigonal bipyramidal. And example is NH3 ammonia. Next, if the bond pair is 2 and lone pair is also 2, then it will form same shape, that is tetrahedral, because 2 plus 2 that is equal to 4 and 4 having the tetrahedral shape, and due to presence of 2 lone pairs its shape is also distorted and its shape is bent. And here we take the example as water. Water having 2 lone pairs and it will form a bent or V shape. If the number of bonding pair is 4 and lone pair is 1, 4 plus 1 5. It should be trigonal bipyramidal, but due to the presence of one lone pair its shape is seesaw. Example is SF4. Now, if the bond pair are 3, lone pair are 2, then its shape is trigonal bipyramidal. It should be trigonal bipyramidal, but due to presence of 2 lone pair of electrons, its shape is T shape. Why this shape is trigonal bipyramidal? Because total electrons 3 plus 2. Total is 5. 5 having sp3 dehybridization, because 1s, 3p and 1d. Total are 5. And according to 5, our shape is trigonal bipyramidal, TBP. And having a 2 lone pair, then its shape is T shape. This is T. Example is ClF3. Now, next, if the bond pair are 5 and lone pair is 1, then 5 plus 1, 6. 6 having hybridization sp3 d2, because 1s, p3 and d2. Total is 6. 6 having octahedral shape, and but due to the one lone pair its shape is distorted and it will be square pyramidal. Here example is BRF5. Now next is, if the 4 bond pair and 2 lone pair, then its shape should be octahedral, because 4 plus 2 also 6. Just same shape, but here the 2 lone pairs are present and here only one lone pair. The 2 lone pair are present. Due to presence of 2 lone pair, its shape will be distorted and it will be square planar. And example is XeF4. So by the help of this table, we can easily find out the shape and geometry of the molecule. Look this example. BF3 molecule. Atomic number of boron that is equal to 5. Distribution in K and L shell. Here 2 electrons present in K shell and 3 electrons present in L shell. So the total number of valence electrons that is equal to 3. Then with the help of trick, we have to find out bond pair and lone pair. This is 3 plus. How many valence electrons are present in fluorine atom? This is 7 multiply 3. Means that is equal to 3 plus 21 equal to 24. If this number is more than 8, then it is divided by 8. After divided 8, this is 3. 8 3 is 24. Means 3 bond pair and remainder is 0. then it will be lone pair. This is equal to 3. 3 plus 0, 3. 3 means sp2 hybridization. So its hybridization is sp2. So s orbital is 1 and p is 2. So 2 plus 1, 3. So this is 3. By the help of table, we can check the 3 bond pair and 0 lone pair. This will be trigonal planar. According to this is the shape of the molecules and the geometry of the molecule is just this is trigonal planar. Now we take the next example, that is SF4. Atomic number of sulfur, that is equal to 16. Then KLM shell 2, 8 and 6. It means sulfur having 6 valence electrons, so 6 plus fluorine having 7 valence electrons, that is 7, multiply fluorine atom is 4, that is 6 plus 28, that is 34. If this number is more than 8, then it is divided by 8. 8 4 ja 34, 2 is remainder. This is the most important case. Here 2 is remainder. The remainder is always divided by 2 and the remainder should be in even number. So 2 divided by 2, that is equal to 1. So 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5. It means 4 bond pair and 1 lone pair is present and total is 5. It means hybridization is sp3d, 1s, p3 and d1. According to this, we can check the table and after that we draw the shape. These according to this 5 sp3d hybridization, its shape should be TBP, trigonal bipyramidal, but due to the presence of one lone pair of electrons, its shape is distorted and its shape becomes seesaw shape due to the presence of one lone pair. So by the help of the table, we can easily find out the shape and geometry, and by the help of tricks, we can easily find out the bond pair, lone pair and hybridization. So do practice of these questions and draw the shape and geometry of the molecule. Thank you, students.